book of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah. Chapter 43 says this here. It says, But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. So here's what God says about Israel here. And this is for all you Israel haters out there that hate Israel, hate the Jews, all you anti-Semites out there, and all you replacement theologists out there too, people that believe that the church replaced Israel. God says this. Let me read this again. This is chapter 43, verse 1 here in Isaiah the prophet. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, Give up, and to the south, Keep not back. Bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth, even every one that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. Talk about Israel. I have formed him, yea, I have made him. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes, and the deaf that have ears. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this, and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified. Or let them hear and say, It is truth. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen. So verse 10 is talking about Israel being God's witnesses here. It's not talking about the Watchtower cult. It's talking about the nation of Israel, the people of Israel. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. I have declared, and have saved, and I have showed, when there was no strange God among you. Okay. Among you. Therefore ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, that I am God. Yea, before the day was, I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? That word let means to hold back or restrain. So here God is making some declarative statements about himself here. And for example, starting at verse 10, I have to read this again. This is in reference to his people Israel, of course. That would be to God's witness in the world. It says, Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord. And Lord's in all caps, so we know that's talking about Jehovah there. And my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Says, Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. So that blows away the Mormon teaching that there are a vast multitude of gods out there. Joseph Smith claimed millions of gods out there, and that the God that we know as the God of this earth is just the God of this earth. He's just one of many gods, and that's just totally false. This here just contradicts the Mormon teaching here. Verse 10 it says, Before me there was no God formed. This is God speaking here. Neither shall there be after me. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. So God's making these declarative statements about himself here. I have declared and have saved, and I have showed, when there was no strange God among you. He's speaking to Israel here. Therefore ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, that I am God. Yea, before the day was, I am he, and there was none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it, or hold back, to restrain? Thus saith the Lord, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, for your sake I have sent to Babylon, and have brought down all their nobles, and the Chaldeans whose cry is in the ships. I am the Lord, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King. Thus saith the Lord, which maketh a way in the sea, and a path in the mighty water. So there's a reference there to the crossing of the Red Sea when Israel left Egyptian bondage there in verse 16 and 17. It says, which bringeth forth the chariot and horse, the army and the power. They shall lie down together, and they shall not rise. They are extinct. They are quenched as tow. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old? Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert, to give drink to my people. So of course this is talking about the people of Israel here, my chosen. This people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise. But thou hast not called upon me, O Jacob, but thou hast been weary of me, O Israel. Thou hast not brought me the small cattle of thy burnt offerings, neither hast thou honored me with thy sacrifices. I have not caused thee to serve with an offering, nor weary thee with incense. Thou hast brought me no sweet cane with money, neither hast thou filled me with the fat of thy sacrifices. But thou hast made me to serve with thy sins. Thou hast wearied me with thine iniquities. I, even I, am he that blotteth out thy transgressions for mine own sake. Notice this is God's doing this for his own sake here. And will not remember thy sins. Put me in remembrance. Let us plead together. Declare thou, that thou mayest be justified. Thy first father have sinned, and thy teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore have I profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Israel to reproaches. Chapter 44 continues here with this theme. Yet hear now, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. So again, it's talking about God's the only God. There's no other God besides the Lord, besides Jehovah. Yet the Mormons claim that there's millions of gods out there. In fact, we could become gods ourselves if we follow the Mormon so-called gospel. Of course, we know that's totally false and unbiblical, because God says, I am the first and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. That is Isaiah chapter 44, verse 6. And who, as I, shall call and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I pointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming, and shall come, let them show unto them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God, I know not any. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit. And they are their own witnesses, that they see not nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who hath formed a god, or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed. And the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together, let them stand up. Yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule. He marketh it out with a line. He fitteth it with planes, and he marketh it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in this house. He heweth him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and the rain doth nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof, and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it, and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god, and worshippeth it. He maketh it a graven image, and falleth down thereto. He burneth part thereof in the fire, and part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasteth roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warmeth himself, and saith, Aha, I am warm, I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worshippeth it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts, that they cannot understand. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. Yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh, and eaten it. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stalk of a tree? He feedeth on ashes. A deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee, thou art my servant. O Israel, thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out, as a thick cloud, thy transgressions, and, as a cloud, thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Sing, O ye heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains. O forest, and every tree therein. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and glorified himself in Israel. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, ye shall be built. And I will raise up the decayed places thereof, that saith to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers. That saith of Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure, even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple, thy foundation shall be laid. So here we go. This is God making some declarative statements here, and he calls Israel his servant. He calls Israel his witnesses in this dark world that we live in. And in verse 28 here, this is chapter 44 of Isaiah, he makes mention of Cyrus, which wasn't even born yet. This was like I believe it was like at least 150 years before Cyrus even came on the scene. Yet Isaiah the prophet, God through Isaiah is mentioning Cyrus by name here. Verse 28 says, that saith of Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure. It says, even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple, thy foundation shall be laid. So we know what happened to Judah there when the Babylonians came in there. They burned Jerusalem. They took the people captive for 70 years, the captivity of Judah there. And the temple was destroyed too, was burned by fire by Nebuchadnezzar's army. So yet God was going to restore Jerusalem, rebuild it, have it rebuilt. And to the temple, we know about Zerubbabel after the Babylonian captivity, when the Jews were coming back to their land, that the temple was, the second temple was being built by Zerubbabel. So anyway, so the Bible is making some very declarative statements here. And prophecy, about a third of the Bible is prophecy, and it makes prophecies. It tells us what's yet to take place here, and verse 28 is a perfect example of that. So, all right, so that's about it here, viewers. As I'm in my Bible here, trying to clear up, I think, the weather. We had some rain last night. I went to work yesterday. Yep, I went there to stock shelves like I always do every evening time, and the usual event took place. They start bothering me, these foreign team leads or whatever they call them there. I guess that's what they're called. They're all foreigners too. None of them speak English, or they speak very bad English. They don't hire none but foreigners at Walmart apparently. So they started with me, and I just I stood up for myself. I was prepared for it. And a customer came as I was breaking down the pallets there, spotting the different items out to their appropriate locations. So a guy approaches me. The store was still open, for customers. And he needed coffee, some kind of decaffeinated latte type, like those instant kind of coffee, instant. So I tried to help him. I couldn't really find it, really, honestly, because Walmart never gave me this scanning code that they seem to give everyone else, but they never seemed to give me one. And I always struggle trying to find exact locations for some items. So that really hindered me from doing my job, honestly. It made it really difficult. because everything I did, I had to kind of look at these little tags they got there. I mean, I can't even read those little numbers they have there. So anyway, I try to help this guy out. So I try to get this one guy, I think it's some illegal alien that's working there. He gave the usual nonsense answer, well, I don't speak English. So then I said something. I said, what are you doing here then? If you don't speak English, what are you even doing here like that? I get kind of not too pleased with people like that, illegal aliens in this country. I never liked illegals being in this country, and refusing to learn. Well, for one, they're here illegally, so they should even be here, period. So I try to get the other guy, the team lead guy, to help this guy, because I try to help him, the guy, but I couldn't really find the item, so I seen this so-called team lead come around, so I said, help this guy needs help finding. The guy just wouldn't help him. He just rolled his eyes and walked away, real rude. I was like, wow, no way. So finally I apologized to the customer, and I did try to help him. I would, because that's part of my job, to help customers. So anyway, they, to make a long story short, as the night progressed, they start yakking at me about I guess they expect so many lines to be, like aisles to be stocked and faced up, and it takes forever to do that there. It's such a mess there. Everything's just a disaster, just tore up all the time. So it takes a long time to do it right. They start complaining about that and all that stuff. So then I said, well, look at how you treat your customers, man. Like, you just brush that guy off, rolled your eyes at him, and just treated him horribly, I brought that up to, because, and he knew I was telling the truth. So he said, well, because you say that, I'm going to terminate you like that. I'm going to fire you. You're going to be fired from Walmart like that. But in broken English, So I said, okay. But I confronted him to his face, about how he treated that customer, which was shameful, to treat people like that. That's actually shopping at your store. And I said to this foreigner, too, I said, hey, look, this guy, he shops here, he's paying your salary. You better treat him really nice, But, his response was to terminate me. I guess, I don't know if he has that power authority to terminate me. They're probably going to call me Walmart and see what happened. And then I get to hopefully explain my side of the story there, as they say. So I might be back on the old job hunt here again. Honestly, I didn't like the hours. I didn't like working at night. You can't really do it. I mean, don't have no life. You just sleep during the day. It's like being a dead man. It's like being a vampire. You just sleep during the day, then just get up and go to work and come back. You're sleeping during the day, so you don't really have no real life. You can't do anything. You can't read. You can't do this. You can't listen to the radio, anything, because it's just sleeping all the time. So it's not really for me. I didn't like the hours when they offered it to me. I accepted it because I needed the job. But the hours, I really didn't want. I didn't apply for no overnight shift, honestly. I played for like a 2 to maybe 10 p.m. afternoon type shift. It was more to my liking, but that's all they offered me was overnight. So I said, all right, I guess I'd take it. So I gave it my best shot. So it looks like I'm probably going to be back on the job hunt here, which is all right. I could probably find something with more pay, better hours. That's what I'm looking for. And hopefully not all these foreigners. Wow. That Walmart's full of foreigners. I think they're mainly illegal aliens and jihadis, Muslims there. So that's why I see very few Americans. I'm surprised that this is taking place here in Tennessee, of all places. Supposed to be a conservative red state. But you see all these illegals here and Muslims, so you wonder where they probably got shipped in during the Biden administration. That was taking place. They were shipping all these illegal aliens and others to like red states in the middle of the night, flying them in or busing them in. So I think that's probably what happened here. All right, so that's about it here. Well, thank you for watching again. Looks like it clears up, and then looks like it clouds back up, so we may still get some spotty showers here, I'm guessing here. But it's not as hot as it was the last 3 days. It was really hot. But it's humid. It's quite humid, so humidity's pretty high out here. So, all right, thank you. Thank you for watching.